The following program is a production of Pioneer Public Television.
In this episode of Postcards.
I like making bread better than being a mortgage banker. It's moving around and doing stuff and creating something that's an expression of you, I guess. It's fun. That's the really nice thing.
I think Willmar does embrace having the barn theater here. I think for a lot of people, they like having something right here at home to go to and to enjoy, and I think that's really special.
This program on Pioneer Public Television is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4, 2008. Additional support provided by Mark and Margaret Yekel Julien in honor of Shalom Hill Farm, a nonprofit rural education retreat center in a beautiful prairie setting near Windham in southwestern Minnesota. ShalomHillFarm.org. The Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center, your ideal choice for Minnesota resorts offering luxury townhomes, 18 holes of golf, Darling Reflection Spa, Big Splash Water Park, and much more. Alexandria, Minnesota, a relaxing vacation or great location for an event. Explore alex.com. Easy to get to, hard to leave.
Falls Baking Company is located in Fergus Falls, Minnesota, and we're about a mile from downtown Fergus Falls. And we also have a store in Battle Lake, Minnesota. Both of us grew up in Minneapolis, and in 2000 we were just sick of living in the city, dealing with traffic and driving to work for 45 minutes to go 5 miles. So we moved up here, and I worked for my cousin at his bakery, and they sold and we opened up. So that's how this all came about. In the cities, I was a mortgage banker, and my wife Tracy was a network administrator. And we just were both sick of, I guess, corporate careers. Wanted to try something different.
When we were living in Minneapolis, we would come up here and go camping at Glendalough State Park. And we really liked the area. And then we got sick of living in the cities. And Scott's cousins, Pam and Tom Goebel, owned City Bakery in downtown Fergus Falls. So they needed help, and we wanted to move. So we moved up here in 2000 and started working at the City Bakery with them. And then they retired and sold the place to someone else, and we wanted to do bread versus they do donuts and frying. So we started our own business making the bread in August of 2005. Before we moved up here, I worked at a home health care agency doing their computer network, and Scott worked at a mortgage banking company doing mortgage funding and mortgage banking. And we just got sick of the cities and sick of the traffic and all the people, and really liked up here in Otter Tail County.
We decided to open a store in town because when I worked at the other bakery, I was making all kinds of bread, and then I wasn't doing that anymore. And I was making bread at home and selling it to friends of ours. So then we got enough of those people involved, and they all said it was great and try it, and so we did. So in 2006, we opened up, and it went gangbusters ever since. Our original plan was to sell 75 loaves of bread a day, and we instantly went over that, so it's been a good move. I like working with the dough, making the doughs, shaping the doughs, and then all the customers, you know, just nice to get positive feedback. Everyone likes our bread, so that's nice to hear from everyone.
Our baguette and our French are pretty unique, and that's like the base of the other breads. He went to school to the San Francisco Baking Institute, and I think it was a full 2 weeks on just baguettes. So once you get baguette down, then you can expand from there. So we do those, and then the baguette is kind of the base dough, and then we add like garlic parmesan. That's one of our best sellers. Also, for a whole grain bread, our Dakota bread, which is a whole wheat and white flour bread, and then with seeds in it. That's our best seller of the whole grain bread. So pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, poppy seeds. The other good sellers, we make a sourdough every day that we have a whole different starter for, a dough starter.
Some of the recipes I got from a school I went to in San Francisco, and other ones I just have adjusted those formulas and made them up, you know, added seeds or honey or whatever. And we go to other bakeries and look around and see what they have, and if it's something we like, we try and replicate it or make something similar. Oh, my favorite kinds of bread are the Dakota, Crazy Walnut Wheat, and French Boule, I would say. It's just a plain, basic white loaf that's good with everything. We traveled to Italy and had a lot of great bread there, and that was very inspirational. They don't have a lot of the flavorful breads. We just decided to do that because I saw a bakery like this in Asheville, Wisconsin, and they had some of the same recipes that we have. So just traveling around and seeing different forms of bread, not just standard like Wonder Bread. In the mornings I wake up, get up about 4 o'clock, get here by 5. Then the doughs were made the day before. So we take the doughs out of the cooler, cut them up into the right size portions, pre-shape them. They rest for 20 minutes. Then we shape them, the final shape, and then they rest for an hour and 15 minutes. And then it goes in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. And it's done. We use it's European style bread. We use couches the bread rests on the couche, so it keeps its shape, but just the next loaf over holds that shape. And we do some pan bread, but couches, so it's all slow fermentation, and it just gives the bread more flavor and texture, especially making the dough the day before. That adds a lot of flavor and texture. Just more time allows the yeast to do its work slower and produces a richer tasting loaf.
Bread is our main product, but we also have granola and granola bars, and we sell a lot of those. We sell sweet stuff bars, raspberry bars and date bars, pecan bars. Cookies, we make cookies every day. Our monster cookie, which has chocolate chips and M&Ms and oatmeal, we make that every day and sell a lot of those. We've expanded to do biscotti, a couple different kinds of those, and then other grocery goods that go with bread, honey and jams and cheeses.
Yes, doing this is very rewarding. Just like I said, the customers come in, everyone really is great. You know, there's never unhappy face in here. Everyone's happy to be here, and it's fun working with different people, and it's just been great. It's working with my wife. It's a nice team thing. I do most of the bread baking, and she manages all the stuff out here, and it's been a great learning experience too, just starting a business. I like making bread better than being a mortgage banker. It's moving around and doing stuff and creating something that's an expression of you, I guess. So it's nice, it's fun. It's fun, that's the really nice thing. Opening in Fergus Falls has been a good move for us. Very supportive community. There's a lot of artists around and a lot of people that want to have unique, great bread and willing to give us a chance. I don't know, that was lame, but...
I mean, we've been open 10 years, and we have a lot of great customers who've been coming every other day for 10 years. So that's really nice. And when we first opened, we did some advertising, but we really didn't have to. People just came. It was really nice, yeah.
I would say if you're thinking of leaving Minneapolis or whatever, a bigger city, and moving to a small city, I'd say it's a good move. Everyone's very friendly. You meet people. I don't know, I think it's easier to meet people and just form relationships with people. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here. I think it's easier to start a business. In Minneapolis, the rent would be way higher, and it's a good environment. We got a loan from West Central Initiative, which provides gap funding for small businesses. So we got a loan from the bank, and then we also got a loan from them. We would have never known about anything like that in Minneapolis. So yeah, it's small town is great because you get to deal with people face to face and get to know them.
So when people come and get involved in theater, there's a place for everyone, either volunteering on or off the stage. And for youth to get involved, they just gain confidence and experience and expression through the arts. The mission is quality, affordable, community performing arts. It's just a nice attraction for downtown Willmar and services for the community. In the early 1960s, a gentleman named Dr. Upsall felt there should be more cultural and arts opportunities out here in the Midwest. So they formed the Willmar Orchestra and the Willmar Barn Theater. There were about 12 people, business leaders involved in grocery stores and theater and other commerce in the community. And they were instrumental in forming the theater, and they worked with Murray Hansen to utilize his dairy barn, and every summer their children would go clean out the barn, and they would do 3 productions every summer. That was in 1963, and they were incorporated in 1964 and used the dairy barn until 1988. We own this facility. We're one of the few community theaters west of the Twin Cities in west central Minnesota that owns our facility. We also house our production equipment, the set and shop space, the props and costumes within this facility. And we have the main theater, which seats 220 people, and we've been in this site since 1988.
I think the barn is really wonderful because you have a community theater that has a home and has its own space. and we get this very intimate stage space. It's this thrust stage, which most community theaters that I've worked with have more of a proscenium where the audience is way, way out and the actors are so far away you can't really feel like you're a part of the show. Where at the barn, you're right there. I mean, an actor's dress might brush against your foot and the actors are coming out into the aisles and you can just almost touch their faces. Sometimes they might, you might be able to touch their face, they might interact with you. So I think that the wonderful thing about the barn is it's so intimate that people that come to shows feel like they're right there in the action.
Now please, oh, please, roll for me.
Our current production, it is the second production of our winter season of the 50th anniversary. It's called The Little Shop of Horrors. And it's a bit of a satire, kind of a comedy, what do they call it, a deviously delicious satire with doo-wop, kind of a Motown pop sound.
This is the 22nd show that I've directed here at the Barn Theater in the last 12 years. And Little Shop of Horrors has been on my bucket list for quite a while, so I was very excited when they said they wanted to do it for the 50th anniversary. And I work with groups of all different ages, but this is more high school and up, so it's been a lot of fun working with adults. It's fun because it's the aesthetic of Little Shop of Horrors is B-movie meets cheesy musical, so you get to have fun doing gory, fun B-movie type stuff with quintessential ingenue musical theater characters and then the nerdy musical theater characters and then also the fun chorus. It's just a good mix of like all the things that make a musical wonderful and magical. And then there's special effects too because you have this giant plant that eats people. So I guess you get to be very theatrical. You get to deal with gore and just magical type situations, I guess, and fantasy, really.
The play is about a man-eating space plant that starts out as a cute little plant, and then as it gets a taste for blood, it just grows and eventually takes over the entire world. That is the premise of the play. There's actually 3 puppets that I puppeteer. The small one, I'm in a box behind here. That's just a hand puppet. And the second one is a puppet that's, you have to puppeteer it this way, and it's very physically demanding. There were a lot of extras that I wanted to do to the plant, a lot of extra vines and things like that. I made a grabber vine for the plant that didn't have anything like that, so it'd feel like it was actually coming and grabbing people and throwing it in the mouth.
I beg your pardon? Feed me! Chewy! You opened up your trap, you thing, and you said, feed me, bro! Feed me now!
That's somebody else that does the voice, and that's another challenging part, getting in sync with Bill. He's the voice, and he's great, real commanding voice, but we're pretty synced up, so that's working out well.
Well, I play Ronette, who's one of the doo-wop girls in Little Shop of Horrors. And it's a musical, and it's super fun. And this is actually my first show with the Barn, so I'm kind of just getting into the swing of things. I've helped a little bit with costumes. A lot of my own wardrobe is actually costume. The skirt actually is mine, so I do that a little bit too. I really like how easy it was to kind of just meld into the community right away. A lot of theaters can, kind of be a little cliquey or whatever, but this place is super welcoming and it's been nothing but fun. I think part of what makes this production so special is the people working on it. We have had everybody working super hard on building a gorgeous set and making a beautiful plant, like beautiful scary. And everybody has just put so much of themselves into whatever they're doing with this show, and you can really tell. I feel like it really comes through when you watch everybody together.
I am the costumer for this show, Little Shops of Horror. I also do hair and makeup. I kind of design how everybody's going to look when they go on stage. The challenges I really face with costuming is sizing. I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of pieces of clothing back there, and it's very vintage. Everything is very vintage. So the problem is sometimes things run very small, so we have to learn little tricks on how to open things up to be able to use them, make them possible, to be stage ready. Seymour is one of our main characters, and he is very nerdy. He goes on stage all buttoned up, all wrong. Pants are too high, and he's in some Converse, which was very popular at the time also. So we try to be real respectful of everything that we use. Has to be appropriate of the time. So it goes with the whole feel of the show. If you put something in there from the 70s, it pops out and people kind of can lose, okay, what time am I in? So it's real important to stay true to the era. So there's 3 girls who sing and tell the story of Little Shops of Horror, and this is one of their dresses. Very vintage, shows the time, you know, late 50s, early 60s. With Little Shops of Horror, the doo-wops are there's always a sequence dress scene, and these are our sequence dresses. Also, we have headpieces we made for our finale, and these are all made by my husband, Trevor. And they put them on for the end of the show when they've all been eaten and it's being overtaken by plants. And then we do special effects makeup to make them actually look like they're a plant.
I'm a technical director here at the barn for this show, and I build the sets and do the design of the set and lighting and make props and whatever else is needed for the show. It's a big set because it needs a lot of room for a big cast, and so having tall buildings on it and lighting it is more of a challenge because you need more lighting to fill up the space with colors and lights and make sure the actors are all bright enough to see during the show. It's a really fun, exciting show with lots of movement, lots of color and action and fun songs to it. It's neat to see how people come together and put on a show, and everybody's got a little bit different color to them, and when you blend them all together, it's really neat what comes out of it.
My passion for theater and directing, I just feel so lucky to have a place like the Barn Theater to keep making that happen for me, even though I don't do theater full-time anymore. People that love theater can do it just as a side hobby or a side job, and I just think we're so lucky to have it. And the fact that the Barn Theater has been here for 50 years doing this says something. So it's just a great place to put on wonderful shows, to entertain our wonderful community. I think Willmar does embrace having the Barn Theater here. I think for a lot of people, they like having something right here at home to go to and to enjoy, and I think that's really special. Now that I just know the inner workings of how the stage works and each seat and how things look from every seat and the people too, I love getting new actors, but then I get the return people too, and it's just relationships, reconnecting with old relationships and then building new ones. And the people are always wonderful. I'd have to say it's the people.
I think it's exciting to be part of the theater in the 50th anniversary because we really have brought stories to life on stage, and the past, present, future of providing magical memories and stories to be told. Kind of a sentimental journey, but in other ways just beginning because of the youth that are involved today. We have a facility that they can continue to do theater here and hopefully pass it on to their generations.
It's a wonderful way to meet people in the community you might not otherwise cross paths with, and to explore your passion with other people who are passionate about it. I think theater is almost becoming a lost art, but there's a little bit of a resurgence of it, and I think it's really important to let that thrive because it's magic.
I think it's important that each person is really coming together and volunteering their time to make something happen and give something to the community.
It's very important to me because it's a family. My children come every night. We have 6 children, so usually there's a group of children with me running around. We do it as a family. They help participate. They know where to pull dresses, and they know where to find, handkerchiefs and hats. So it's just a great thing for our family to have experience together.
The Barn Theater is just for me, it's just been a really great chance to get my creative juices flowing, I guess, for me. Like I said, I have an art background, and I have been painting, and things have kind of, you get a little bored with that. So this for me has been just great, and my kids have gotten involved here. I think it's a great thing for the community. So I encourage people to come down to the Barn Theater and check it out.
The Barn Theater is a wonderful thing to have for our community. There's many volunteer opportunities for people of all ages, from the youngest to the oldest. We have seamstresses that are 80 years old that volunteer and fix my costumes and do magic with their work, all the way down to people doing makeup and hair. We have people come in from the college. Will come in and volunteer time for show me how to do, pin curls. And so it's a good way to get involved with your community.
I'd say that we have this gem of a community theater right here with actors that are out here in rural Minnesota that really are high quality. So if you want to give theater a chance but you don't want to drive to the city, I think we're pretty lucky that we have it right here in Willmar. And take advantage of it and enjoy it, because we're very, very lucky.
This program on Pioneer Public Television is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008. Additional support provided by Mark and Margaret Yackel-Julien in honor of Shalom Hill Farm, a nonprofit rural education retreat center in a beautiful prairie setting near Windham in southwestern Minnesota. ShalomHillFarm.org. The Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center, your ideal choice for Minnesota resorts offering luxury townhomes, 18 holes of golf, Darling Reflection Spa, Big Splash Water Park, and much more. Alexandria, Minnesota, a relaxing vacation or great location for an event. Explore Alex.com. Easy to get to, hard to leave.